Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing His word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to all the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping His word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I had to make this quick video. I was scrolling on YouTube and came across this post, and it says, guy, and I don't know if this is the guy or not, but it says, guy made a Tinder profile writing he had a criminal record for beating women and got 800 plus matches in 48 hours. And I even went to Google just to see what it said, and the AI overview went into more details on it. So it says multiple reports and social media posts, particularly from late 2024, describe a social experiment where a fake Tinder profile with a bio bragging about domestic violence received a high number of matches. This is details of the viral story. The profile included a bio claiming the user had a criminal record for beating a woman. Despite this, the profile reportedly received 800 or more matches within 48 hours. The content was widely shared on platforms like Facebook and X, formerly Twitter. While the experiment was promoted on social media by a self-proclaimed six-wave guy, which I'm guessing that's the person who did it, his tag or handle, similar tests have been conducted by others online, which other men have said they've done that. And in one of the comment sections under that post, a guy said his sister told him to put on there that he don't have a job, and he said, he out there slanging, and she said that watch how many women try to get at him, and he said that it worked. He said all these women were trying to get at him because of that, which shows you the mindset of these women over here in Babylon the Great. And I was listening to Saints of Jersey, Brother Saints of Jersey, earlier this morning. He did a video on a guy who had a dream about World War III, and the guy had a dream about Isaiah 4:1. And the guy in the video was saying how all these women, they had children, they were coming up to men. He was saying that with Gen Z women coming up to millennial men, begging them to take care of them and their children, begging them to marry them. That's what they were saying, begging them to marry them. And he said that the men were saying in the dream that the man was rejecting them, turning them down, saying that he not taking care of her and her children, So I'm gonna keep going, then I'm gonna speak on it. It says potential reasons cited for the match numbers. The high number of matches is a complex and debatable topic. Explanations put forth by social media users and commentators include hybristophilia, a paraphilia in which a person is sexually attracted to those who have committed a crime, especially a violent or brutal one. Some users compared this behavior to women who form relationships with serial killers, and this is about 90% of women over here in America. 90% of women over here in Babylon the Great are attracted to the bad boy type. They're attracted to men who are literally up to no good, who will literally go out and murder somebody, or does all these wickedness because they associate that with masculinity. These women are very delusional, and they associate all of this with masculinity. So they're attracted to this. That's why even during school, that's why the girls were attracted to the bad boy type. Here it is, you got, young jakes, young men who are trying to go and not make a name for themselves, but make a life for themselves. Doing the right thing, trying to get the good grades so they can land a decent job and, have a comfortable life. And they were literally considered the losers or the lames in school, but all the bad boys who literally did not care about their education, or at least care about trying to get in a position where they can get somewhere in life, that's the ones that the women flock to. They always had that saying where the good guys finish last. And for a while in this world, that was true. But now, the tables have turned, because all those women, just like in every generation, it's just each generation gets worse and worse, and each generation has a higher number of women who are single and who are begging the men that they was once turning down, calling lames, or even if it's not that particular man, it's that archetype of man that they was ignoring and rejecting. Now they're begging for them to be with them. And it's going to get even worse because only the men of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, are going to be saved. So even those archetypes of men who don't have the truth, they're not even going to be saved. So now these women, their options are going to be even less, going all the way down to the men of the Lord, begging them to be with them. But the Lord, neither have us men forgotten all the mocking, the scoffing that these women have done. A lot of women will be rejected during the time of Isaiah 4:1, during the time of Jacob's trouble in general. It's going to be women that be saved, started with the sisters that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has reserved. The very small amount of sisters that the Lord has reserved. And women that's going to be a part of Isaiah 4:1. But who was it? I think it was I can't remember. I think it was Elder Manata Zatba, GMS South Carolina, who said 2/3. He did a video today, or it might have been yesterday, but he said 2/3 is still greater than 1/3. So it's going to be a large percentage of women who are destroyed, who will not be saved, because they ultimately are going to be judged by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. No man wants you. No man of the Lord wants you. That's really the only men that matter, the men of the Lord. No man of the Lord wants you. So all these women who had this mindset that they want that bad boy archetype associated that with masculinity, well, you going to get it, And those going to be the type of men that be hunting you down. That's the type of men you like. That's what you're attracted to. So that's what the Lord is going to give you over to. It says the savior complex, the desire to fix or save a dangerous person, and misinterpretation. Some users suggested matches might have initially overlooked or misinterpreted the bio, or perhaps been drawn in by the person's photo. All of these are literally the mindset of the women in today's dating market. They are attracted to that archetype of man. They are attracted to the way they look and carry themselves, and they have this mindset that they can change them. They can get the man to still be dangerous in that toxic masculinity form, but still somehow cater to them and be a husband to them. That's what they think. That's why they stick around with them. They'll be and don't get me wrong, these women will commit adultery on any man. It don't matter who you are. That man will be locked up in jail and they'll commit adultery on him. And when he get out, they try to act like they were just loyal to him. But these are the type of men that women are attracted to, and they're gonna just find out how much of a loser they are. First and foremost, the women themselves. Well, the men, they're gonna find out just how much of a loser the man is, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is not with them, and he's gonna destroy them, and their names are not gonna be written. Their names are not written in the book of life, and they won't have any legacy in the kingdom of heaven. There won't be any story written of how you overcame this world through the blood of Yahweh Shah and all that you had to go through. They won't have that type of honor, that type of legacy to be written down for other people to read about your story, your adventures, basically your adventures here on earth, and it's especially in this final lifetime. So those men are losers. But even more so, the women that choose and that chase after those men, they're even bigger losers, because you don't have no legacy either, being a righteous woman attached to a man of the Lord. Sarah is attached to Abraham. Everybody knows about Sarah because of Abraham. Rebecca attached to Isaac. People know about Rebecca because of Isaac. Jacob, Leah, Rachel. People know about Leah and Rachel because of Jacob. They're attached to them, and they are a part of the legacy that the Lord has established through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All those women. Hell, even Eve, people know about Eve. Because even though Adam fell because of Eve, everyone still knows that Eve, they know about Eve because of Adam. So women are attached to a man's legacy. You know, they are attached, and that's the only reason why they, have some type of mention. And that's an honor within itself, because that's a woman's role, to be attached to a man's legacy. I'm gonna probably get like one scripture, and I'm trying to make it quick. But these, hold on one second. That was good, bro. All right, so lucky about that. Had a coworker that walked in, was talking on the phone, and it was hard trying to make the lesson around him. But going back into it, I actually forgot my thought where I left off at. So I'm just continue on reading. So it says context of the dating app safety. It says, and I'm just kind of make this portion short. A February 2025 investigation revealed the Match Group, who owns Tinder, was aware of the thousands of reports of sexual assault and other abuse, but failed to effectively ban offenders from their platforms. Right. And so like I said, Chad advertises criminal record for beating which this might be the person. I don't know. It said Chad advertises criminal record for beating a woman, receives more than 800 plus matches within the first 48 hours on Tinder. I don't know how. Well, let me look at these pictures. And somebody said everybody, including these, is a bot, and it could be real, be fake. It don't matter. Going back to the point, a lot of these women, that's what they into. They're not seeking or searching after the man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Not even just the average Joe in the world, or not average Joe, but the quote unquote good guy in the world receives much attention from the women. But as the scriptures say, Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man, and not just no ordinary man, a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, a man of the elect, a man of the Lord. I will make a man of God, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So these men are high-level men. They're on a whole different scale, a whole different level than anybody on this earth. And eventually, which the time is real close, all these women are going to start trying to flock to the men of the Lord. These same women, because all 800 of those users were bots. So all those women who have that type of desire, they're going to be the ones getting turned down, a lot of them. And even women that don't have that desire, they still going to be getting turned down. It's only going to be a certain type of woman that get to be a part and attached to a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And that time period of choosing is shortly to come. So with that, Lord willing, it's edifying. On that note, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. All the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth.